Hey y'all, good afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you are in the world. Listen, how are they supposed to learn their lesson? How are they supposed to learn their lesson if you are always forgiving them? If they are never having to suffer consequences? If you are just letting everything slide? If you're just brushing everything up under the rug? How are they supposed to learn their lesson? Part of learning a lesson is suffering the consequences. And most of the time, that is what helps us learn our lessons, right? To actually have to sit in and deal with what it is that we have done. A lot of the times in these relationships, y'all, and stuff, what I've seen, people will be like, oh, they did that, and then they just stop talking to each other, right? They just stop dealing with each other, right? And it's like, how does someone actually learn if we are just throwing each other away? You're never actually making someone stand toe to toe with you and look you in your eyes and say, this is what you did. Because we don't want to be vulnerable, right? We don't want to let anyone know that they hurt us, right? Even though it's human, it's natural to be hurt by something that someone's done. How are they supposed to learn if you don't stand? It does not matter if you stay with the person or not. But if you say, you know what, red flag blocked. Red flag blocked. Ghost. How is someone supposed to learn the lesson? Part of our life journeys is to help others learn their lessons as well. Did you know that? It's not always just about you. Sometimes the things that you go through is to help someone else. And if you go through something and you decide you're just going to bottle it up and you're not going to do the things that come natural to you, because emotions are natural, feelings are natural. And if you decide, I'm not going to express how I feel, I'm not going to, no matter how it looks, no matter how it comes out, because we all know some of us we can just be like, you know what, that really hurt my feelings, you know, you made me cry. And then sometimes it's like, it depends on the person, right? But if we don't make them stand toe to toe and look us in our eyes and say, hey, these are the consequences of your actions, these are the results of your actions and what you did, and I need you to be aware of what you did. If we are not doing that, how do they learn a lesson? They don't. And then that's why the dating pool is the way it is, right? It's jacked up. It's messed up. Because no one is actually holding anyone accountable. We're just letting everybody skirt to the left, slide to the left, slide to the right. That's what we're doing, right? But we're not actually holding each other accountable. We're not saying, look, hey, you know what? I decided I don't want to do this with you anymore. But hey, let me let you know why. Instead of me just ghosting you, let me tell you, this is the consequence of your action. And we say, oh, well, they grown. They know better. They this and this and this and that. You know, y'all, I really thought that at one point. And then when I really sat and I really thought about it, I said, we were raised by broken people. Like, I mean, I can't even speak for our generation. Well, yeah. When you really look back on, baby, it was like one extremely broken generation, a broken generation, a broken generation. Like, when you really look back on who we was raised, baby, we don't know. We should, right? But a lot of us don't know. They don't know because they think they think that's a norm. They think it's normal because people have made it to be so normal. Y'all want to know how you fix the dating pool? Start holding each other accountable. Stop ghosting each other and start holding each other accountable. Stand toe to toe with each other. Whether y'all go separate ways or not. And don't say, oh, it's a waste of energy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because the reason why you still think that it's okay to go ride down on somebody and pull up at somebody's job and act a fool is because nobody held you accountable. Nobody held you accountable. Nobody said, hey, that's not okay. Hey, This is how you made me feel when you did XYZ. I felt like you were being intrusive. I felt like, I was intimidated. Because we can't be vulnerable. If we can't be vulnerable with each other, if we can't hold each other accountable, how do y'all expect to be in relations? How are y'all in relations? Y'all just, ooh, child, I'm getting myself worked up. Y'all just SEXing it here and there and everywhere. You're vulnerable enough to let them have your body, but you can't be vulnerable enough to tell them, hey, this is what you did to me, and it hurt, and I would really like for you to never do that again. If y'all want the dating pool to change, somebody's going to have to change. Something has to change. Somebody has to say, you know what? I'll be vulnerable. Somebody has to take the lead. I promise you. Like, that is... It's easy to not hold people accountable. It's easy to not have to face your consequences. What's hard is when you have to face those consequences. What's hard is when you have to look that woman or that man in the eye and look at the tears falling from their eyes, rolling down their cheeks, and see them sad. See that someone that loved you, someone that cared for you, seeing them hurt and knowing that you are the result of it is hard. You know why it's hard? Because in the midst of you seeing it, you're learning a lesson. You're seeing that, you know what, that really is not okay. But if you never see the tears, if they just block you or ghost you or whatever, if you never see the results of your actions, you will never learn the lesson. If you never see the results of your actions, you will never learn the lesson. And we will keep these cycles going. So what Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Baby, it's time for you to start with you. And it's hard. It's hard to be vulnerable in a world full of people that are not vulnerable, and that have been conditioned that being vulnerable is a weakness. It's actually not. To stand tall with tears rolling down your cheeks from your eyes and say, this is what you did. This is what you caused. That takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot of courage. It's easy to mask your vulnerabilities. It's hard to stand in them and hold the person accountable that has caused them. That's all I got to say. I'm going to go do these orders. But that God just put that on my heart. So I had to come and say it. Y'all know I'm nosy. She work here. She pushing somebody in a wheelchair. Anywho, if we are not willing to hold each other accountable, if we are not willing to be vulnerable with each other, the cycle will never end. The dating pool will continue to suck. I mean, I'm out of it. I'm not in the dating pool. But I still feel the need to share this with y'all. Like, if nothing changes, it will always stay the same. So you start by changing you. And even when it seems like people are taking it for granted or taking your vulnerability for granted, when people, I promise you, they will later come back and say, I'm sorry. I see what I did wrong. And I understand if you never want to speak to me again. Start making these people stand toe to toe with you. Stop playing about you. You understand? We carry so much power as people that we mask it. We don't stand in our power. The power of influence we have over each other is so great. we can change.